Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to the Static Screen Podcast, the podcast that will not die. That's right, we may only get one episode per month, but we're back at it once again. And this time I am joined by the one, the only, ECW James.
I'm back again. Like a bad rash.
Oh god, that's a bad image.
I'm sorry. Not sorry.
Well, it's great to have you back, man. And my god, do we ever have a show today.
Yeah. Get comfy, people.
We're in for the long haul once again because we've got a lot of news built up that we just want to dive straight into. And like the last episode when me and Izzy tested it out, we've got a new format for this show where it's more of a conversation, just a flowing through of things. We're not going to point out news stories as they are, but man, do we ever have a lot of them. And we've got 3 big trailers to talk about. And
huge.
I'm sure by the time this episode goes up, the X-Men Apocalypse trailer is up, and we're probably freaking out about that as well. So look to Twitter to see our reactions on that one.
Yes, definitely.
But hey, let's get the show started. And we start off every episode of Static Screen with what we have been watching. And like we said, we haven't recorded in a while, so we've been watching quite a bit.
Yes, well, some.
Yeah.
More than normal.
So, James, what have you been watching, man?
Oh, let's see. I've been watching a lot of anime.
Mm-hmm.
Catching up on the animus. Been watching a lot of One Punch Man.
Cool.
That actually came highly recommended from a, mutual colleague of ours over at Marvel's.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, to sum it up, it's basically our old role-playing site in anime form. I didn't believe him until I watched the first episode. Mm-hmm. And then I caught it. And I was like, oh, dear God, it is. But definitely go check that out. Let's see, I've been watching Jessica Jones.
Oh, man.
The best, what was it, 12 and a half hours?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's actually one episode that was only 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
That was kind of cheap, guys. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
It wasn't as good as Daredevil,
mm-hmm.
in my opinion. Only because I think they spent a little too much time on Kilgrave.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know he was the main character, and I know in Daredevil, it was all about the Kingpin,
mm-hmm.
but he had, Matt Murdock had to go through all these different layers to get to the Kingpin.
Yep.
It was a better chase.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, episode 2, hi, I'm Kilgrave.
Yeah. But
Timey wibbly wobbly. Mindy windy controlly wobbly.
Yeah. But I have to say, though, like, compared to Kingpin, I think his motivations were much better because they were much more scarier. Like, he was not out to rule the world or take over the city. His whole thing was just focusing on Jessica.
Yeah.
And I think that made him a much more scarier villain than anybody we've seen in the MCU at this point.
Yes, especially given his powers.
Yeah.
I mean, his mind control powers were honestly very terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in, I forget which episode where he actually shows up. I think it was like 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Where he walks into the person's apartment and is like, oh, yes, you're inviting me for dinner. Oh, yes, I'd love for you to have dinner with us.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes the kids go into the closet.
Yeah.
And just how everyone just suddenly accepted him.
Mm-hmm.
That was very creepy to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like people talk about how, well, mind control is a lame power, but not when you see it done practically like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it made sense too on like why like mind controlled powers hadn't come up before in the MCU. He had been laying low street level stuff. Like, he did not put himself out there doing anything crazy. Just small time stuff for his own gain. That was it.
Yeah, that was it. And he was a very selfish villain. He didn't care about taking over the world.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't care about people, cowering at the mere mention of his name.
Mm-hmm.
He just was a self-indulgent bastard and reveled in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think, like, the best example of him being scary and like that came in the first episode, the final few minutes, where, what was her name? Hope, was it?
Yeah.
Where, Jessica had found her, brought her back to her apartment, reunited her. Yeah, spoilers, by the way.
They should by now.
Yeah, you should see it by now. But, yeah, Jessica has her rescued, her parents go over, they happily go in the elevator together, and as the doors are closing, Jessica sees Hope pull out a gun, and Hope kills her parents, because Kilgrave had told her to do so. Like,
yep.
That, it was insane. Like, his whole thing, well, it wasn't necessarily mind control, it was will control, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's... Well, they explained how his powers work, which is still kind of weird to me. Mm-hmm. It wasn't true mind control. Yeah. In the comic books, he actually emotes this bacteria that gets into your head like a virus.
Yep.
And just, I guess, messes with your own personal will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the brain.
Yeah, your self-control and whatnot.
So when he tells you to do something, you have to.
Mm-hmm. You want to. That's the thing. Like, you want to, you need to do it.
Yeah. It's like stimulating, hormones and shit. It's really weird. Mm-hmm. But a very way to get around the whole, well, he's a telepath. Mm-hmm. Which he wasn't. But once it got into your head, you were his for, what was it, 12 hours?
Yep. At the beginning, before...
At the beginning, yeah.
Later on, he amplified his powers to extreme levels.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that's when he should have stayed purple.
Yep. Yeah, I liked the little nod to, like, his veins and everything turning purple. At that point, it was like, oh, they're going to finally do it. Nope. No. But, along the same lines as that, I loved the flashback scene where... what's her name? Trish was had the costume for Jessica and came up with the name.
Dude, that was such great fucking nods to the comic book series.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I love Jessica's reaction to it as well. It's like, if I put that on, I'm going to be like Captain Camel Toe.
Captain Camel Toe. Oh, that was so... I mean, the characters were a lot more likable in this series.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that they got to be Luke Cage.
Perfect,
yeah. And, he in the comic books, I hate to say this, but Luke Cage is kind of the stereotypical tough black guy. Mm-hmm. On the TV show, he was a guy with a troubled past, you could tell by looking at him, who just wanted to be left alone. He didn't want to bring attention to himself and what he could do. He's just like, hey, I don't want no trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. And I loved how they didn't waste time in introducing him or his powers.
Yeah.
Like, every time he was fighting, it was awesome because it wasn't like he was, like, straight up into it. He was, like, laxy-daisy throughout the fight. It's like, oh, come on, guys. It's like he was swatting away flies that were attacking him.
It was more of an annoyance than life-threatening, which was great. It just... Like when he got stabbed in the neck with the bottle.
Yeah.
The guy's like, I stabbed you. He's like, man, you're drunk. You don't know what you just did.
Yeah.
But plus some of the other minor villain cameos, like Nuke.
Yeah.
I forgot he even existed.
Me too. Like, throughout the series episodes watching it, we both marathoned it because we're crazy like that. Like, I was watching, it's like, oh, Cop, Simpson, No, he's back again, back again. The name just kept going over my head. Simpson. And it was that one scene with him and Trish in a car, and they were talking about his military background, and he said, "Oh yeah, that's classified." And at that point, I pointed at the screen and went, "Nuke! That's Nuke!"
Well, it didn't dawn on me until they flat out mentioned the pills.
Yeah.
Red, white, and blue.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I was like, oh, yep. This guy. This motherfucker.
Yeah, hopefully we see him back again. He would be perfect to bring back for maybe a cameo in The Defenders, be one of the villains in that, or season 2 of Jessica Jones if they do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's become obvious that he's trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, the organization the shadowy organization he works for,
mm-hmm.
is obviously going to keep him around because it's like, well, this guy's like one of the best ones we got. We can't let him go.
Yeah.
But all in all, I really liked his character.
Mm-hmm.
Because he honestly meant to do good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just once he started taking the drugs, he's like, well, there's no other way I could do this. You got all these super beings around. I need an edge.
Yeah.
So he starts taking the drugs again.
Mm-hmm.
And then shit goes downhill for him.
Yeah. It was a good origin tale for him.
Yeah. A very good character arc.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. What else? Sex.
Oh, God.
So much sex.
And not casual, that's for sure.
No.
Man, if you thought the MCU couldn't get any darker than Daredevil, I would say, yeah, let your kids watch Daredevil. Jessica Jones, no.
Yeah, definitely have the blinders ready.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they actually show anything, but there is a lot of sex. And applied other types of sex.
Mm-hmm.
But on the casting front, good God, whoever's on their casting is nailing it.
Mm-hmm.
I know they've been making changes to, a lot of characters' genders and stuff like that. Like the main lawyer, what's her name?
Hogarth.
Hogarth was supposed to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
But they switched it for Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the actress's name.
Yeah, I can't either.
But she did a phenomenal job.
Yep. And let us just say this thing, every time I heard the word lawyer in the show, I thought, oh, Daredevil, they're going to mention Matt Murdock.
God. I was like, oh, here comes Matt. Where's Matt? Where's Foggy?
Mm-hmm. But hey, that last episode, we did get the Coulson of the Netflix series.
Netflix series, yeah, she showed up.
And she's going to be playing a bigger role in Luke Cage, I believe.
Yeah, and we might actually see... I know they can't legally use the name Night Nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're, the MCU, the movie universe, actually has plans for that character.
Mm-hmm.
But it's essentially, that's who she is. She's the Night Nurse from, the comic book series.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still awesome, but it's like, oh, come on, guys, get your shit together.
Yeah. Oh, man, what about the other side character? What's his name? The junkie at the beginning. I can't...
Oh, God. That poor guy.
Yeah. Another example of Kilgrave being a complete and utter asshole. But yeah, I loved his character arc, though.
Yeah, it was good. And I love the fact that once he made the decision to get off the heroin,
mm-hmm.
his life turned around immediately.
Yep.
Because it was such a good spy.
Mm-hmm.
It was her neighbor and someone that she never would assume was following her.
Yeah.
And dear God, I felt bad for him several episodes, especially the twins.
Oh, yeah.
Felt so bad for the guy. And then his sister, I kind of felt bad for, but I didn't like her.
Yeah, she was about the only annoying character in the series.
But she had a reason to be annoying.
Yep. Oh, geez, that also reminds me, another example of Kilgrave being, like, completely and utterly despicable when the people are having their conversations of what Kilgrave did to them. The one guy who ended up being his chauffeur, how Kilgrave just made him leave his, like, infant child on the street.
Street corner.
Yeah. That, oh, man. But
That-
yeah.
Seriously, folks, you Jessica Jones is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. You will enjoy yourself. And you will marathon it, even though they do kind of take a few shortcuts with a few episodes here and there.
Yep.
Because all the episodes of Daredevil, they were, what, 45 to 55 minutes?
Yep.
There was a few episodes of Jessica Jones that were only like 38 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yep. That being said, they're still great.
Oh, yeah, they're still great. They're still great. I mean, it's still going to be a great 12 and a half hours.
Yeah.
But when we did Daredevil, I remember I sat down at 8 p.m. at night, didn't get done watching until like 8:30 a.m. And I was like, I just fucked up my schedule, and I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
All right, well, I guess we could talk on for...
Oh, yeah, we could. We could dedicate an entire podcast to MCU.
Mm-hmm.
But there's other stuff that we watched.
Yes.
You've been keeping up with South Park.
Yep. Oh, man, this latest season has been so fucking good. And they're doing that thing again where they're connecting every single episode together, which is just fantastic. And it's been so funny with the whole PC thing that they've been doing, making fun of. It's just been so good. I don't think there's really been a slow like a very boring episode this season. Like maybe one of the first episode 3 or 4 might have been a little bit down, but other than that, they've nailed it every single time. I have the finale to watch yet. It aired last night, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. But I've heard that it was incredible, so I cannot wait to watch that.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that were talking about it, and one in particular posted a picture of Eric Cartman with a gun and his mom with a gun pointing at each other. So some shit's about to go down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially, what's his name? Mr. Garrison. Like, his whole arc through this series was running for president. And basically, they were making fun of Trump with him throughout this.
God.
Because his whole deal with immigrants was not to boot them out the country per se, but to, quote-unquote, fuck them all to death. And he literally means fuck them all to death.
Wow. I'm going to have to marathon South Park now.
Yeah. The other stuff I've been watching, I've caught up completely on Arrow and Flash, and holy shit, man. Those two have been so good this season.
Well, yeah, because he's the Green Arrow now.
Yeah. And they've gone into the mystical aspects with Damien Dark on the series, played by... I cannot mind his actual name now, but the guy who played Dum Dum Dugan in Captain America. And he is creepy as hell in this.
That guy is actually a really good actor.
Yeah, like every time he's on the screen, he steals the show. So he's been great. They had Constantine in for an episode, which was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did the crossover with Flash there a couple weeks ago.
Which is going to happen every season now.
Yeah. And it was a build.
It's cool.
Yeah. And it was a build-up for Legends of Tomorrow. I believe the Flash episode was titled Legends of Yesterday, or Legends of Today. This Arrow episode was called the opposite, whichever one wasn't the Flash episode.
Yeah.
But it was great. It told the story of Hawk Girl and Hawkman and Vandal Savage. And man...
Good villain.
seeing those like 3 characters on screen, and they showed like flashbacks back to like their original origin in ancient Egypt, and it was like, I can't believe I'm watching this on TV right now. It was incredible, and they did it so well. Yeah, the episode of Arrow was like the best episode of The Flash they've ever done. It was really good. Really something special, I will give it that. And the season finales for each one was so good as well. Both with Arrow. I haven't watched the Arrow one yet. That's the one I have to catch up on. But the Flash one, oh man.
What, the season's over already, or is it the mid-season finale?
Mid-season finale, sorry.
Okay.
That episode was so good because they introduced another character into the Flash at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Wally West. It was at the end of the episode, he arrives and is like, oh my god, like, that's Wally West. That's so cool.
Joke cracking Wally West.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And like earlier in the season of The Flash, we got fucking King Shark in an episode.
Yep, we talked about that.
Yeah, right, we did. Forgot. But that was fucking cool. And there was another episode with Gorilla Grodd, and we saw Gorilla City.
They're just going, fuck it.
Yes,
DC Universe, everybody.
Essentially, yeah. Even if the movies fucking fail at this point, we've got the TV shows, which I'll even go into at this point. Supergirl. Like,
Yeah.
Expectations for that were really low, I will admit, going into it. And the first episode was alright. It got good. There was one little flop in between, but there was an episode with Red Tornado, which was an amazing episode. And the one after that was awesome. Like, fighting Red Tornado, Kara lost her powers like Superman does every so often. Like, I think they called it a solar flare, where their powers are drained.
Yeah.
And she had to deal with, like, an earthquake going on, and she couldn't save people. It just, like, an emotional look into her character. And that episode, I think it was the mid-season finale, but I'm not sure. But they introduced another character into that episode. I had my suspicions earlier on in the series. I was like, they're not going to do that. And I'm pretty sure you know the character I'm about to talk about, right?
No. Go ahead and say the name.
Okay, well, they tease a certain character, and in this episode, Kara's, her sister, or Earth sister, of her adopted family, they had found out that their father, who was the actor who actually, Dean Clark, I think, who played
Dean
Superman.
Cain.
Dean Cain, thank you.
Played Superman and Lois and Clark.
Yes, he played her adopted father in Supergirl. That he had died working for the alien agency. So they were like, well, oh my god, I'm so excited. They're
Deep breaths.
Yes. Their boss essentially was on the last mission that he was on, and he had died. Their boss came back. Well, throughout this episode, she gets into a situation at the end where she learns that her boss isn't her boss, but was actually an alien that her father died to protect. And she asks him, like, so who are you? He turns around and he starts talking, and he goes, like, I'm like Kara. I'm a sole survivor of my race, and I'm stranded on this planet.
Shit!
I am the last son of Murs. And he turns around and he transforms into the Martian Manhunter.
Fuck yeah!
And I'm not talking about like what we saw in Smallville for a brief little glimpse. I'm talking Martian Manhunter, full on suit and everything. And I'm like, holy shit! They just like kicked down the doors of the DC universe for Supergirl.
Yeah, you can insert that GIF that you tweeted towards me right here. Boom!
Yeah, like, oh my, I could not believe it. Like, it was so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a chilling moment. Awesome for any DC fan. I'm like, if anything, please CBS keep Supergirl going at this point.
Yeah, I am so happy that they didn't drop the ball with Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
Because as much as I hate to say it, that first half of that first trailer that we watched
Yeah.
really filled me with a lot of doubt.
Yeah, it did with me too.
I mean, it's like, yeah, she fights some aliens, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it looks more like, oh, I'm a girl and
Yeah.
flowery sunshine. Oh, I'm sad. I'm going to eat ice cream alone. But no, it's from everything I've been reading, it's fucking Supergirl.
Yeah, it's good, and they make no they don't shy away from it. Superman is in this world. He is mentioned. First episode, they say like, "Oh, your cousin," and some people are like, "Oh, they didn't say Superman. They're not going to say Superman." Well, if you did a drinking game for the second episode, where every time they said Superman, you take a shot, you'd kill your liver because they say Superman so many fucking times.
Well, there's a rumor going around that what's his name from Smallville, the guy that played Superman and Clark Kent there, is going to show up as Superman.
That would be a nice little touch, yeah.
I mean, considering that this Supergirl universe is supposed to be its own Elseworld, it would make sense that it's like, yeah, I'm Superman. What's up?
Yeah.
Which needs to bring in all the other characters and actually have it be more like the comic book series.
Yeah, that would be nice.
We'll have to wait to season 2.
Yep. Just as we're on the superhero note with DC and their TV stuff, the latest trailer that came out for Legends of Tomorrow, I'm not sure if you watched it or not.
No, I haven't.
There's a line in that where Rip Hunter is actually talking about the future, and he says the words, "I've seen men of steel die and dark nights fall."
Ooh.
So, maybe, they're going to let the TV guys do a bit more?
Maybe. Speaking of Legends of Tomorrow, another rumor is apparently Nathan Fillion and the guy that played Wash on
Firefly,
they want to be Booster Gold and Blue Beetle.
Oh, yes, please. Yes.
And just thinking about that, it's like, God, they would be perfect. Just those two just hamming it up.
Yep. That would be amazing. Well, in Arrow season 4 that they're on right now?
I think so.
4 or 5, whatever, yeah. They have actually hinted towards Blue Beetle because there's been a few armored trucks that have been robbed with Blue Beetle's company name onto them.
Oh, nice.
So they're going towards that area. And the fact that they've brought in Magic and Constantine, they're all in at this point.
Yeah, and apparently they're already talking about the second season of Heroes of Tomorrow, where Constantine is going to be more of a regular character.
Oh, that would be nice.
So, dude still has a job.
Yeah.
I am happy about that.
Yeah, he's damn good as Constantine. Damn good.
It fills my heart with joy. And while we're still talking about DC, how's Gotham coming along?
Well, on this podcast before, I've talked about first season. I said it had a lot of downs, few good moments. Season 2 has been fantastic. Like, I have loved every single minute of Season 2. The first 3 episodes focused on who many thought was going to be the Joker. Probably not.
Nice.
It made it very ambiguous near the end of that little trilogy on who was going to be the Joker. But it's been really dark. Like, episode 2, there was an attack on the police station and like half the force was killed. They've brought in a bunch of other villains. Firefly was introduced. At the mid-season finale, they've hinted towards Hugo Strange. And the closing minutes of the mid-season finale, one little clip of this guy running down an alleyway, obvious that he was being chased. He takes cover behind a dumpster, and you see a guy, like hooded figure, goggles and everything on, walking towards the dumpster, holding some kind of gun in his hands. He gets to the dumpster, turns, looks at the guy, points the gun, and pulls the trigger. Doesn't shoot bullets. Ice comes out.
Oh.
They are doing Victor Freeze, Mr. Freeze,
on
Gotham. So yeah, that's been really good as well. Yeah, and the last two things that I've been watching involve The Dead.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead, which has been pretty good for the most part. Few selective choices that they've done this season, but overall I've enjoyed it. And the last thing that I've watched that I've been aching to talk about, and I've only watched the first episode so far, so maybe it's gone downhill since then, but Ash vs. Evil Dead. The first episode was amazing.
Nice.
Oh, it started off partly with Ash going to a bar and picking up this chick at the end of it, fucking her in the bathroom, and there's a point where as he's fucking her, she turns around and she has like a demon face onto her, and she's like, just blurts out like, "We're coming for you." And of course he's like terrified at this point, and then she switches back like, "Huh? Why did you stop?" It's like, nothing. I think I have to go. It's like, "Are you going to finish?" Like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, sure." And just after that point, just ramps up. He gets ready to pack up and leave, and the shit just hits the fan. And the final moments of that, like him battling a demon in his trailer with these two other people that he's with. And there's the music that plays is great, and he dives for the chainsaw at one point and attaches it to his arm. I nearly cried because that was so beautifully done. Like, this is Evil Dead again. This is great. Like, I'm not a fan of horror, but Evil Dead has that like comedy to it, which just makes it so much better. And the episode ended with him saying like, "Yeah, it's good to be back." And his friend Pablo, who's with him, I believe the name was Pablo. I could be wrong on that.
Or he just calls him Pablo.
Yeah, something like that anyway. But turns to Ash and is like, "So, how do you feel?" And the episode ends with him going, "Groovy." So good.
Oh, man. That's one of the things I like about Ash, because he's a fucking idiot coward.
Yep.
You know, I mean, first instinct, run. He only fights when his back against the wall or he wants to get laid.
Pretty much, yeah. Or in this case, he just had that spark of, yeah, it's time to actually finish this. And the whole reasoning of why, like, demons are back into this, because things were calm, it was safe. He'd been, like, running for 30 years and nothing had come after him. It all came back because he got high one night with this chick who liked poetry, and the only thing he could pull out was the Necronomicon, and he read a couple of passages.
What?
And that's what sparked the whole thing happening again.
Oh my God. Ash, you idiot! You fucking idiot! Oh, man, I can't wait to marathon that.
Yeah, oh, it's so good, man. But, yeah, that wraps it up for what I've been watching.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, so many good things. I don't think I've watched any movies. I did see The Imitation Game. I finally watched that on Netflix. That was good. That was really good. That's the Benedict Cumberbatch one of World War II. Where he solves the
Enigma?
the Enigma machine.
Yeah.
Really good story to it.
I'll have to check that out. Latest movie I watched. I'm trying to think.
Was it small in stature?
Yeah, one might say it was ant size.
Mm-hmm.
I finally caught up on Ant-Man. And dear God, Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy and Age of Ultron, they're like right now my three favorite fucking movies. They saved Ant-Man so good.
They really did. Not bad from the director of Bring It On.
No, not bad at all. Don't get me wrong. I like Edgar Wright. His work is phenomenal. But hearing what the shit he was trying to do with Ant-Man,
Mm-hmm.
with characters that really don't fit the Ant-Man storyline,
Mm-hmm.
didn't really sound like. I'm sure it would have been cool, but it's not what Marvel wanted.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted a story about Ant-Man, period, the end.
Yeah.
They didn't want a story about Ant-Man and the Moon Knight. They didn't want a story about Ant-Man and fucking Ronin.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever other street-level vigilante characters he wanted to pull in.
Yeah.
They just wanted a movie about Ant-Man.
Yeah. And the scaled-back approach really worked for it.
It did. It did. It didn't fly all over the world. I think the farthest they went was like the East Coast.
Yeah, to a certain base.
Which I'm not going to talk about, but that fight scene was brilliant.
Yep.
And so was the end fight with him and Yellow Jacket. Dear God.
Mm-hmm.
They fought inside of a briefcase.
I love the cutaways to that. Of them inside, then cutting away to the outside.
Epic fight, just lasers going off and dodging, and then briefcase. Mm-hmm. Kind of shaking around.
Yeah.
The movie was fucking well done. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ant-Man was incredible. I just picked up the Blu-ray today, and I cannot wait to dive back into it.
Oh, man.
Watch it again.
You definitely got to tell me about the deleted scenes. Because they had to cut out a lot.
Yep. I'm sure it wasn't any small amount.
Unlike the stature of the movie.
All right, well, let's start dive into some of our news topics here, but we do have a few trailers to talk about first.
Just a couple.
Mm-hmm. We got our first trailer for Captain America: Civil War.
Holy shit!
Yeah, wow. I don't even know where to start on this one.
No Spider-Man.
Nope, no Spider-Man, no Vision, no Ant-Man, though I'm sure he's in one scene there that I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they kind of showed Crossbones for a couple seconds.
Yeah, Crossbones was there. Who else? Sharon Carter was into it. So was the Hobbit. I can't mind his actual name now. Martin Freeman.
Yeah. I'm sure Andy Serkis might show back up as his character.
Maybe. I doubt we'll see him in this.
Well, there was a certain superhero from Uganda.
Yes, we did get to see our first look at Black Panther. Which, did you see the Entertainment Weekly cover?
Yeah, I saw that.
Meow.
Meow. That was just...
Yeah.
Marvel's first legit black superhero.
Meow.
And meow.
Somebody got fired.
I hope.
But
that was some bullshit.
Yeah.
But anyway.
His reveal in the trailer was awesome, though. Like, we only got a few quick glimpses of him, but... Man, he looked badass.
He did. I mean, I like how his costume is very simple, but true to the comic book.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of hard to fuck up that look.
It really is.
But it just... Wow.
Yep. We got our first look at Senator Thunderbolt Ross. It is so great to see him back again. It's
Yeah.
like Marvel is actually acknowledging, yeah, remember that Hulk movie we did?
Personally, I would have liked it if they got Sam Elliott back. He played General Ross in the first Incredible Hulk movie.
We all want to forget about that one, though.
Yeah, it's just he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott is a very good actor. But, you know, I also like the guy that was in the second Hulk film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's more gruff.
Yep.
I think that's what they want. Someone more of a, that was a bit more of a hard ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Sam Elliott's a badass. This guy's a hard ass.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's really cool to see him back again. And from what we can gather about the trailer, the whole registration act here is revolving around, like, Bucky, essentially.
Yeah. Well, that and the sudden rise in super beings.
Yep. And, well, we get to see the Sokovia Accord. Ultron dropping an entire city towards the planet. Yeah, kind of ruffled a few feathers.
Just a bit. Just a bit. That and, S.H.I.E.L.D. lying and about being disbanded when they weren't.
Yep. And, well, kind of reformed now.
Yep.
That was the other thing I actually watched. Never brought it up, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been awesome as well.
I still got to sit down and just watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know I'm missing some good stuff, especially now.
Yep. But yeah, this Civil War trailer, man.
Yeah, the fucking beatdowns in it.
Mm-hmm.
Physical and emotional.
Oh my god. That was the one thing after watching this trailer, people compared it to like the first Batman v Superman trailer we saw. And it's like, in the BVS trailer, it's like everybody's just like brooding and angry. You watch this one, it's like you can feel the love.
Yeah, you can feel the betrayal.
Yeah.
I mean, flat out, when Cap says he's my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tony going, I thought I was your friend too.
So was I.
Yeah, it was like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Like,
and then
yep.
just him getting tag teamed by Bucky and Cap.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yep. And another character we didn't get to see here, the villain of the film, or, well, the villain that we know is in the film, Baron Zemo. No sign of him either.
No sign of him.
Like, they are keeping a lot back here, but, man. Oh, and Scarlet Witch can fly now. That's a thing.
Nah, she probably had a jetpack or something.
No, she's using her powers.
Scarlet Witch doesn't have powers. Oh, yeah, wait. Damn it, I did this the other night, too. I keep thinking Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson. That's what keeps fucking me up. Scarlet Witch, Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wait, Scarlet Witch ain't got no powers.
Yep. But yeah, I'm rewatching the trailer here on YouTube, just trying to pick out things. And as we just spoke about that fight scene at the end, it looks like it's in a winter like area, some kind of base. You know what I think that is?
What?
I'm going to assume that that's the Hydra base from Captain America, the first one.
Quite possibly.
Like, something is telling me that within this movie, Baron Zemo turns out to be the Red Skull, that he's actually back. That is my wild prediction for this movie, just like based on that scene alone.
Oh, that would be such a good twist. Because Captain America, we just see him teleported into outer space.
Mm-hmm.
He could be anywhere or with anyone.
Yep.
Why does Thanos suddenly want to go start fucking with Earth?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And if Civil War turns out anything like the comics, somebody may not be making it out of this movie.
Ooh, I doubt they would do that.
Well, they may do the same thing as the comics, though. Time bullets.
Time bullets. That just hurts me deeply.
But yeah, such a fantastic first trailer.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the other ones.
Hmm.
And speaking of good trailers, that on the other side of the coin, this trailer was good, but it kind of
Told a little too much.
a little. And we're talking about the new Batman v Superman trailer.
Hmm.
The one that starts off with an argument between Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne.
You see, I think the start of the trailer was fantastic. Especially when Clark asks Bruce, what do you think of the Bat Vigilante? And he just gives that little smirk. Like, that was perfect.
That was good, but I think it just went on too long.
Possibly, yeah.
Especially when Lex Luthor walked up. Ah, Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne! I was just like, oh, God, shut up, Iceberg.
Okay, but the thing about that was there's a little moment there where he shakes Bruce's hand and goes, Bruce, and Ben Affleck just has this little throwaway line saying, Lex, like, yes, they know each other. They're established in this universe. And, you know, you have Bruce talking to Clark. It's like, well, maybe it's the Gotham City in me, but we've had a history of freaks dressed like clowns. And it's like, oh, yes!
Oh, God, yeah.
It's like, those, like, few lines were so damn good. And if they had ended the trailer just at, like, that, like, yep, perfect, sold.
But no, they didn't end it right there.
Mm-hmm.
They drug it on.
I'm going to admit, I'm a little bit of a sucker. I like the humor from Eisenberg, especially when he shook Clark's hand. Like, wow, what a grip. Don't pick a fight with this guy. And, you know, at that moment, I think when we're seeing this, Clark and Bruce kind of know they're Batman and Superman. Like, they know each other's identities.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But, yeah.
But, yeah, the trailer kind of showed a little too much. Like, for example, they showed that it was, in fact, Batman getting pulled out of that spider hole in the desert by the Superman stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And then it showed Batman chained up and being unmasked.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, people got all pissed off. Well, how come how come, what happened to the makeup lines around his eyes?
Yeah.
It's like, it didn't matter in Batman Returns. It doesn't matter now.
Yeah. And let us just say one more thing. Like, right after that, when we see Batman in the suit again, the iron suit, so fucking badass.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. But that scene in particular caused such a panic online that the movie producers had to let everyone know it's okay. It was just from a dream sequence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That kind of ruined a few things.
Yeah.
But after that, though...
After that, it picked up pretty good.
Yeah.
And then dropped it again.
Yep. You get the little voiceover from Lex going, what was it, like the battle of the century? The last son of Krypton versus the Bat of Gotham? And I'm going to admit again, I still feel with joy every time I see that scene of Batman lodged against the building and just shooting off with his grappling hook. Every time
laser gets there, yeah.
Yeah, every time I see that, I'm like, yes, that is Batman. That is comic book Batman.
That is classic Batman.
Yeah, not the Nolan bullshit that we got. This is Batman.
Yeah, and let's see. One good reveal in the trailer was a better look at Wonder Woman.
Yep.
You know, I might be putting my doubts down for this one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because from the beginning I was like, well, physically she's not big enough to play an Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Amazons are warriors. She does not have a fighter's build.
Yeah.
She's been working out. She's been doing what she can.
Mm-hmm.
She's still a little too small for my taste.
Yep.
But damn it, she looks like Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
I will be the first to admit that. She looks good in the costume.
She does. And it looks like they added in a bit more color to her costume.
Yeah, they just had a little red, little blue. That's all they had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they did it.
They did indeed.
And that whole is... You know her? I thought she was with you.
Yeah, that was good. And let's just say, the voice for Batman, awesome. I'm loving it.
I can't wait to see more.
Yeah.
But then the trailer dropped the ball again.
Yes, as Batman most eloquently says in the trailer, oh shit.
We find out what the main creature is that brings everyone together.
Yep. And who is it?
It is the reincarnated corpse or reanimated corpse of General Zod as Doom Zod.
Zod's Day himself.
Zod's Day.
And as many people have said, he kind of looks like the Abomination from the Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's still an early look at a movie that's not even going to be out for another,
3 months?
3 months. So they might do a little bit more, but they shouldn't have showed it.
Yeah, if they didn't show it and it was revealed in the movie, I think I would have been more excited. Like, I would have enjoyed it a lot more.
Exactly. I mean, I hate it when trailers do that, when they just show you too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, great example, Phantom Menace.
Oh, yeah.
How much cooler would it have been if you didn't see the double lightsaber until the actual movie?
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't have saved the movie, but that moment would have been cool.
That would have been that would have been the oh shit just got real moment.
Yep.
But no, they had to put it in the trailer.
Yep. I think for DC, like the way they're thinking, as I said before we started recording, like this is probably not the trailer for us. This is the one for the general public.
Yes.
To get them sold on the movie. But at the same time, I think this is DC maybe like saying to themselves, we've got to go all in. We've got to show that we're doing everything we can right now.
That's, I mean, Marvel's just punching out movie after movie after movie. Yep. And he's like, shit.
Yeah. At this point, like we just spoke about, Marvel got Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy to work and be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, they can't do any wrong. They can put out a movie about fucking office chairs at this point and it would sell thousands.
Well, isn't there a rumor that Damage Inc. might get their own Netflix series?
Damage Control? Yeah, apparently it's going to be on ABC as a comedy, half-hour comedy.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, DC wants to make the Suicide Squad PG-13.
Yeah. But all in all, though, yeah, I'm excited for Batman v Superman.
Oh, yeah, I'm still going to see it.
Because, like, honestly, I liked Man of Steel. I'm not like a lot of people who are like, oh, I hated it. It was bad. Like, it was an alright movie. I enjoyed it.
It wasn't as bad as I was led to believe. A lot like The Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, while back, I sat down and I watched it. It was still bad. I still didn't enjoy it as much as I should have.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't as bad as people were saying.
Yeah, it wasn't Spider-Man 3 bad.
Oof. Close. Close, especially when the Rhino kept showing up and opening his hood. Ha ha ha! You don't shoot my squishy face while I talk my model.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. All in all, DC looks like they're actually making comic book movies now, and they're not trying to just adapt shit to, make it
real,
feasible to the real world. Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking embrace the weirdness of comics.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go wrong.
Yep. And I hope they succeed. As a Marvel fanboy, I hope they succeed because I want good DC movies.
Yes. Yes, not, I am a superpowered being and I'm going to beat up a smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because that got old real quick.
Yeah. And honestly, if you're not excited about Batman v Superman after watching this trailer, go watch the reaction trailer that Kind of Funny did and just see Greg Miller's reaction to this.
Yes.
Did you watch that?
No, I haven't yet, but...
Within the first 30 seconds, he has the line, My name is Greg Miller. I'm 30-something years old. I have been married. I have beaten cancer, and this is the happiest day of my life. That's how excited he is for this trailer. It was 30 minutes long, but oh man, it is the best reaction video you will ever watch, because just seeing his excitement will make you excited for this movie.
Yes. And, well, since we're talking about being excited, let's talk about the next trailer that kind of caught us out of the shadows.
Oh, I see what you did there. Talk about having no expectations for a movie, like basically ignoring most news for a movie, then watching a trailer and going, holy shit, I think I'm actually excited for this.
Yeah.
And of course, we're referring to the trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows.
The much requested sequel to last year's big, not so big movie.
Yeah, which I will say I watched, and it was okay. Like, it was a movie. It wasn't Fantastic Four bad. It had its moments, but that movie I would relate to the ones in the 1990s where they went dark and realistic.
Mm-hmm.
This one, on the other hand, it starts off where it feels like it's going to be dark.
Dark.
It opens up.
Ian.
It opens up as if they're copying the Avengers, basically, with a portal in the sky and shit coming out of it.
Huge fucking portal.
Yeah, it is essentially the Avengers. And, we get a couple quick glimpses of the turtles, and they're still going with the dark and gritty stuff, and you see them in their new turtle van, and, it looks cool. It looks like what we've seen in the comics or the cartoon shows.
And the toy line.
Yeah. Then we get to see the hand attacking the truck, the actual hand, because they're ninjas now.
Yep.
And you see this one guy on top of the truck starting to cut into it. Then you hear a honk. And after that honk, my inner child screamed with joy because everything after this was fun.
Yeah.
It was exciting. It was the Ninja Turtles.
Exactly. It was the Ninja Turtles. Like you said earlier, my inner 12-year-old jumped out, ripped my goatee off, and screamed, I like turtles!
Everything from, them firing out sewer covers, which, completely dangerous, by the way.
Very dangerous.
I hate to be one of the hand soldiers getting hit in the head with one of those.
Because, if you get hit with one of those, you're only 1 week away from retirement.
Yep. It takes a minute into the trailer before we see Megan Fox, another plus, by the way.
Yeah. I don't care about her.
Yeah. I just talked about it takes a minute before we even see her. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
We're focusing on the turtles this time around. And they look better. They fixed the noses. There's more color to them now.
The noses and the lips were kind of everyone's issue.
Yeah, so that's...
Look more turtle-like and more realistically sized.
Yep.
Raphael is still tall as fuck, but it's a realistic tall.
Mm-hmm.
Not 7'4" and...
Yeah, it's better. And then we got a scene with April, in an alley surrounded by foot soldiers. Again, actual foot soldiers, not with guns, but with swords.
Swords!
They're actual ninjas. And she has a great line where it shows that even she's having fun this time around, where she goes, guys, please, it's not going to end well for you.
And then, who saves her?
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones! Played by Stephen Amell.
Yep.
And
she doesn't have, the flowing hair, but it's Casey Jones.
Well, if you're a hockey player, you're not going to have a lot of hair.
Yeah.
And that's what Casey Jones was. He was a hockey player. Let's see, I believe his story was he had the most fouls, spent most time, he was a goon, basically.
Yep. And then we get something I thought I would never say. We got Tyler Perry, and he looks good as Baxter Stockman.
Yeah.
And, of course, our first look at the new Shredder. No mask.
Without the stupid fucking, I'm a giant robot now.
Yeah, but he has the blades and everything, and they look cool. Hopefully he dons the mask at some point.
Oh, I'm sure he will. But he's showing his face, which is cool.
Yep, and we get a quick look at the human form of Bebop and Rocksteady, which, that's cool. Along Seamus and that comedian whose name I forget. But he looks like Bebop.
Yeah, they do. They look like the characters. Purple mohawk and everything.
Yep. And another look at Baxter Stockman, like, in scientist garb, and he looks like a crazy scientist. He's acting like a crazy scientist. Like, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, and then we get a good shot of mutant Bebop and mutant Rocksteady.
And oh my, it was at this point where I'm going to admit I kind of teared up a little bit because it's like, this is Bebop and Rocksteady. They look like Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah, it was a Toka and Razor.
Yeah. Oh god, that's bad memories. Bad memories.
It was fucking Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yep.
Right down to the crazy sunglasses and the fucking fighter pilot helmet that Rocksteady always wore.
Yep. And the voice, too, was perfect. Like, oh, you got jokes, do you? And then they just tackle the turtles. It's like, oh my god. This is the cartoon come to life. It
is. It is. And after watching it, I was so pissed off at you. You linked me the trailer. And I was like, oh god, this is going to be horrible. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, fuck. It looks good.
Yeah.
For the love of God, it fucking looks good. I'm slightly excited about this.
Yep. Oh man, there's another like shot of Bebop and Rocksteady on motorcycles, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And the turtles like jumping on those things coming out of the portal, which Mr. Sunday Movies, he put up a video of 6 things you might have missed in the trailer, and he spoke about those. Not necessarily alien ships, but it looks like the parts to Kang. Fucking Kang. Or Krang, yes, thank you. I'm thinking Marvel there. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Krang's base of operations, the Technodome.
Dimension X.
Yeah, it's like, holy fuck, they're doing this.
Yeah, they're just going straight balls to the wall crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Who would have thought we were going to be excited about a Michael Bay produced Turtles movie? And one more scene, like with Rocksteady near the end there, where the turtles are like surfing on like tires and
down a river, and he's chasing him in a tank.
Yeah, like he's in the back of the tank controlling. It's like, what the fuck? This is cool.
It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be crazy comic book insanity.
Yep. I love the choice of music. The Tricky song.
Yeah.
Perfect. And the way they end the trailer just with the logo popping up, it's like, that was beautiful. That was great. Just don't show me anymore. This is it. This is the one trailer I want to see.
One trailer. That's it.
Yeah, you nailed it, Paramount. You don't have to do any more right now. Just put that trailer on every fucking movie coming out in the next 6 months, and you're sold. You have people. Hell, you sold me and James on this. You're doing good.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm just sitting here, and after it got to play, I'm like, fuck. And my roommate comes in, she's like, James, what's wrong? It's like, then I showed her the trailer, and she started going, what? What is this? What is this? I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, it took 25 years, but it looks like we're finally getting the Ninja Turtles movie that we always wanted.
Yeah, it looks to be that way.
God damn. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh, I'd say we're going to calm down here, but
Nope.
our next little bit of conversation is going to be revolving around Star Wars, and at the time of this recording, we are 7 days away from The Force Awakens.
Oof.
Putting that in perspective, we are 7 days away from a new Star Wars movie.
Not a prequel, a sequel.
Yeah.
That takes place 20-something years after the last Star Wars movie.
Yes. We're getting Han Solo again, and Princess Leia, and Luke Skywalker, even though we haven't seen them yet.
Leia at this point.
Yeah. She has an official title, but I've ignored it because I don't want to be spoiled.
Exactly. I watched the one trailer, then I watched the second trailer, and I stopped watching them.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the new one. I haven't seen that leaked 2 first minutes.
Yeah.
No, I'm not watching any of this.
So you haven't seen, like, the official trailer that came out? You only watched the 2 teasers?
No, I watched the official trailer.
Oh, okay.
The one where it ends with the black guy, I forget his name. With him with the blue lightsaber in the forest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ends with, you hear Leia's voiceover saying, just let it in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I haven't watched any others.
Yeah,
it's like,
me neither.
nope, I haven't seen the Korean release. I haven't seen the Japanese or Chinese release that apparently has more footage in it. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I've seen enough. Those first 3 trailers were perfectly done. But, oh my God, we're a week away!
It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like balls to the wall excited.
Well, not just you, about 50 million other people are excited too.
Yeah, and this is an old news story, but I'm sure that number
It's very prevalent.
increased.
It's very prevalent.
Yeah. It says something when, it's already made 50 million in advance ticket sales. Like, that is insane.
It is. I mean, just thought that, like, all right, so figure it would actually be a quarter of 50 million. So at least, no, God damn it, no, don't play. Okay, it stopped. Good. But at least, 15 million people are going to go see this movie.
Rocket Jump is going to be the 8 best shorts.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
So I'm just...
And there were some, like, reports saying that, just because of the time of year that it's coming out in the Christmas season, it's not going to beat, like, the Avengers record or the record set by Jurassic Park earlier this year. I'm like, bullshit. You do not know Star Wars fans.
Yeah, Star Wars fans
They don't give a fuck about Christmas. This is Christmas for them on December 17th.
Exactly! Like, the article in question came out on November 19th. It was at $50 million at November 19th. Chances are it's probably at $100 million right now.
Yeah.
And that's just advanced tickets.
Yeah. I know people at work that, like, for the most part with movies, they're like, yeah, might see it, excited kind of for it. I was talking with the bakery manager today, and even she's like, yeah, I need to get tickets for Star Wars next weekend. So I was like, yeah, there are so many people that are excited for this movie. It's unreal.
Yeah, I'm reading some of the comments down here. It's like apparently there's people that are like, have friends that are like, yeah, I'm just going to buy a ticket the day of and walk in. No, you're not.
No, good luck for that weekend, let alone opening day.
Yeah, you ain't going doing shit that opening day.
Hell, I had to get my tickets back in September. When they went on sale. I was lucky enough that I was like online at the time they popped up. Went in. I managed to get 10 tickets in a row. Yeah, I bought 10 tickets for opening night for me and friends.
That's smart.
Yep. And the next morning at 6 a.m. when I got out for work, I was like, I'll just check back to see what tickets are like. There were about like 3 left for each showing, and they were like spaced out seats.
Oh, shit.
Like, they sold out immediately. And this is where I live, like Newfoundland, where, not the biggest nerd culture. There's a lot of us here, but Yeah, that says something when that sells out here. Oh, man.
Yeah, but it seems like there was one person that didn't understand the fandom.
Mm.
That always underestimated them.
Mm-hmm.
And oddly enough, that was the creator of Star Wars, George Lucas himself.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this. I absolutely love this. Where it's like, yeah, I had an idea, but Disney didn't want to do that. They wanted to do something for the fans. It's like, George Lucas, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I hate to say this, but it's good. I'm happy he's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Because George Lucas thought Jar Jar was a good idea.
Yeah.
George Lucas thought that replacing all the live sets with green screen was a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's gonna look better.
it's like, no, it looks worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing looks real.
Yeah.
The old Star Wars movie, I mean, oh God, how many times have we brought this up? You know, everything looked dirty. It looked used. It looked like it was out in space.
Yep.
Nothing in the prequels did at all.
No, it was shiny and new, essentially.
You know, in Valhalla and Crow. Wait, wrong movie.
Yeah. I'm reading his quote right now, which he told CBS News. The issue was ultimately, they looked at the stories and they said, we want to make something for the fans. People don't actually realize it's actually a soap opera and it's all about family problems. It's not about spaceships. So Disney decided they didn't want to use those stories. They decided they were going to do their own thing, so I decided, fine, I'll go my way and let them go their way. Like, yeah, thank you, Lucas. You go your way and don't come back.
Yeah, he's just mad that he's not going to get his hands on it later and put a bunch of shit in with CGI.
Yeah.
Oh, here's some wacky robots. Here's gophers. Here's the fridge that was hit by the atomic bomb.
Oh God! And like I saw an article there the other day that he has seen the movie at this point. They've shown him the movie, and he was like, "Yeah, the fans will enjoy it."
Like that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Dear God,
just reading that, not even like hearing him say that, I'm like, yeah, you're admitting this is the movie you couldn't make, that this is going to be good.
Yep, exactly. Ah, man. How the mighty have fallen.
Oh, indeed.
Now, I'm not getting my hopes up for the movie because thanks to Uncle George, I've learned not to get excited about Star Wars movies now.
Yeah, yep.
But I'm still going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a month after it opens. But should we jump universes now?
Yes. Let's jump back to that good old DC universe, where we've finally got our first photo of Gal Gadot in the Wonder Woman movie, which is filming right now, and we know the full cast as well.
Hopefully, it's a lot more than just two guys sitting in front of a chair. Yeah, I'm referring to that cast photo. Yeah, that was just awful.
Yeah. But the first look, I mean, that first photo of her looks pretty good. She's like hooded and whatnot. You get a close-up of the gauntlet and her tiara, but...
It looks good, and it looks like she's in London.
Yeah, it does.
That is the bell tower in the back.
Yep.
I know that. I can't remember the name of the tower. It's the bell that's Big Ben.
Yeah. Parliament?
It's part of the Parliament building, but the tower has a name, and the bell has a name.
Yeah.
I'm sure the clock hands have a fucking name.
Where's Jester when we need him?
Working his ass off, apparently.
But yeah, I mean, the photo looks good. It's being set in World War One because Captain America did World War Two.
Which is actually an interesting take on it. because it's showing that her character is pretty much immortal.
Yep.
Which, Diana is.
Yeah, and it's cool because we don't really get many movies about World War One, and from what I've been reading, it kind of looks like their take on Wonder Woman is basically going to be like the merger of Captain America: The First Avenger meets the first Thor movie, by the sounds of it.
Oh, that sounds pretty fucking awesome, actually.
Yeah. So we do have a cast list, as I mentioned, and the cast is joining Godot in the Patty Jenkins directed movie are Chris Pine as Captain Steve Trevor, Robin Wright from House of Cards, Danny Houston from Clash of the Titans, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
We won't hold that against him.
Yeah. David Thewlis. From the Harry Potter films. Ewan Brimmer from Trainspotting.
Nice.
God.
Good luck with that one.
I'm not even going to try that. The guy from G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra. Again, we won't hold it against him. Ania from The Skin I Live In and Van Helsing. And Lucy Davis from Shaun of the Dead and UK's The Office.
That is a good cast, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, I'm interested. I want to see more, but I'm interested, especially after seeing her in that Batman v Superman trailer.
Yeah, it's definitely got my interest peaked.
I mean, if we go back and look at things like when Marvel was starting out, who would have thought that like Chris Evans was going to be a great Captain America?
Yeah, the second Human Torch.
Yeah, not to mention, the guy from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, one of the
he was the
boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, yeah, and his role from Not Another Teen Movie. Like,
yeah.
Who would have thought he would have been the first Avenger and probably the best character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe at this point?
Yeah, it's like God damn it! I'm looking at ads and commercials keep playing because I hate it. But yeah, who would have thought? I mean, that's how come I get upset with people when they hear about when like Ellis Elba when he was cast as his Thor character, people got pissed.
Yeah.
Because he was black, and it's like, so? The guy's a good actor. Just fucking go with it.
Yes. Like, put him in any role and he's going to be good. He was good in Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, for Christ's sakes.
Even he couldn't save that movie.
Yeah.
He tried.
Yeah.
He tried, but it is too much Cage.
Yep.
Too much unhinged Cage.
Yeah.
He's knocking at the back door! Let's not talk about that.
But we do have some supernatural stuff, though.
Yes.
I mean, we got, casting rumors for Justice League Dark, which I've always been interested in, but I wish they would get Matt Ryan to reprise his role as Constantine for this.
But you got that whole TV universe and movie universe bullshit going on.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Heaven forbid things be connected.
So yeah, this broke back on November 17th. I know, a long time ago, but apparently... Oop, I'm getting an ad playing. Mute that.
Yeah. Not the only one.
Yeah, Warner Brothers is reportedly close to casting some of the roles in the long gestating Justice League Dark movie, also known as Dark Universe. So they're looking for A-list talent to play John Constantine, and apparently Colin Farrell is one of the front runners for that, and so is Ewan McGregor, which I say cast Ewan McGregor because he's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but Colin Farrell has that. He can tap into that darkness pretty good.
That he can, yeah.
I mean, we got glimpses of it when he was Bullseye, which was slightly more comical.
Yep.
But after seeing him act in this past season of True Detective,
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaning more towards him than Ewan McGregor.
Okay, yeah. Um, Jason Blood, the human bound to Itran the demon, could possibly be for either Farrell or McGregor should they not land the role of Constantine, so they
Yes.
both might be into it.
Yes, I can see that easily.
Monica Bellucci from The Matrix and Spectre is the studio's choice to play Madame Zandu. And Warner's reportedly seeks a comedic presence for Deadman. Cool, that would be great.
You need that.
Yeah, and a Hispanic black actress for the role of Zatanna.
Yeah.
It depends on who they cast for it.
Yeah, but just the fact that they're purposely trying to find someone of color, that just...
Yep. But the best casting rumor from this, Guillermo del Toro, who is no longer directing the movie but is remaining on as a producer, reportedly wanted Hellboy actor Ron Perlman to play Swamp Thing.
Oh, sweet Jesus, yes.
In my personal opinion, it doesn't matter who they cast for the rest of the characters. If they cast Ron Perlman as Swamp Thing, I will see this movie 5 times.
Yes, because that's one thing we've never had was a good Swamp Thing movie.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a bunch of camp, a bunch of cheesiness, and a not-so-good TV series.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, they're trying to take it more serious.
Mm-hmm.
But, like we said about the TV series, they just need to go comic books, balls to the wall.
Yep.
Not everybody needs a fucking origin story. Just, boom, it's real. Deal with it.
Yep. Exactly, yeah. Oh, it'd be so good if they do it. So good. Oh, man.
And speaking of deal with it,
Yeah. Yeah.
I know a lot of people haven't been happy with some of the casting done by DC.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be the first to say I'm okay with like Will Smith, for example, who got cast as Deadshot.
Yeah. Honestly, this could be the role that really revitalizes him in many people's eyes.
Yeah. Especially since he might be Deadshot in the Batman movie.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, Will Smith is rumored to return as Deadshot in Ben Affleck's first Batman movie, which he's going to be starring, writing, and directing.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, it might be a adaptation of the series Under the Hood.
Well, given rumors of people saying that the Joker we've seen might actually be Jason Todd.
That is about as stupid as the Joker actually being Batman from the future, come back in time to kill his own parents so he can be Batman. That makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
Actually, I kind of like that idea of the Joker we've seen for Suicide Squad being Jason Todd, because that means that another Joker, a real Joker, does exist in this universe who isn't tattooed up the yin-yang.
I'm okay with the tattoos. There's one tattoo he has that I'm not okay with. Damaged.
Oh yeah, that was a poor
That's
choice.
just trying too fucking hard.
But at the same time, I look at that and I'm like, what if the real Joker put that on there? If this is the Robin he captured, tortured, pretended to kill, but molded in his image. And he did that and put damaged on there, so that, when Batman saw this Joker and knew it was Jason Todd, and he goes seeing that, just that damaged tattoo would just itch in his brain of him realizing this is the real Joker, just laughing at him, saying, I beat you in this instance. I took somebody you loved and turned him against you.
We'll agree to disagree.
Okay.
It's just I've read the series, I've seen the animated film, and that, blah. You know.
Fair enough. Fair enough, but Deadshot.
Deadshot, yes, and apparently bringing him in as in a, it's going to be a major role.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the theme of the movie is kind of going to be kind of like a Batman version of the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with Will Smith being Deadshot.
Yep.
They still need to improve that mask a little bit, but hey,
mm-hmm.
You know, at least they're trying.
Yeah. I mean, if Ben Affleck is going to write and direct this movie, I have more faith into it, to be quite honest, because
yes.
After listening to a few episodes of Fat Man on Batman with Kevin Smith, who is friends with Ben Affleck, he's like said on that podcast now multiple times, like, Ben is a comic book fan. He loves Batman. So if it's in his hands, you know you're getting comic book Batman.
Yes, definitely. I mean, hell, Ben Affleck jumped for the chance to play Daredevil because he read the script, and the script was solid.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the studio, the director, the producers, just, they all fucked it up.
Yep.
You know? It's a classic case of too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I'm cool with that. I want to see it. I can't wait to see it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same here. Okay, so jumping universes again. Let's go back to the Marvel side of things. Our wheelhouse.
Everything is sunny and bright.
And we have jokes.
But we have our serious moments too when we need to.
Yep. So yeah, let's start off here with the non-Marvel Cinematic Universe, the X-Men universe. So there was an update to this story, but the original story was that Bryan Singer was reportedly going to return to helm the next X-Men film.
Mm-hmm.
Though an update does say that no plans have been made to start filming the X-Men Apocalypse sequel in Montreal in 2017, and Singer has not signed on to direct, according to Collider's very trusted source. But I have a theory about this. Because if it is true that he's coming back to direct another X-Men movie in 2017, which, you know, at this point I'm sure he's going to do, because that, like, franchise is so good in his hands.
Yes, it is.
And there was that other thing that came in not too long ago that, you know, they had scrapped plans for putting out a Fantastic Four sequel in 2017, or start filming in 2017. So my movie theory is this. Bryan Singer is going to direct an X-Men movie in 2017, and it's going to be a crossover between X-Men and Fantastic Four. Because there was also that rumor not too long ago that they were going to do that.
Yeah, but if they do that, they gotta retcon so much with Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, but I can see them doing this to try and scavenge something from that series.
If they even still have the license for Fantastic Four at that point.
They do.
It's just that's one of the problems with being online. There's rumors everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, rumors, like the day the Fantastic Four movie came out, there was rumors that Marvel's looking at to buy it back cheap.
Yeah. I mean, after the deal came out between Marvel and Fox to do those X-Men TV shows, people were like, I wonder what they got back. And there was this whole big rumor that spread it out. It was like, oh, Marvel got the rights to Fantastic Four back, which was denied quite quickly by both parties.
I mean, I'm still in the boat of, you know, these studios just need to get over themselves and just get together and make a fucking real Marvel universe.
Yep, like Sony did. Sony jumped back. They were like, we fucked up. We don't know what we're doing. Marvel, please help us.
Please, money. Let's make fucking money.
Yep.
That's what they need to do. That's how they should walk in and negotiate. Fucking hire Kevin Feige back for a day. Give him a box of donuts. Send him in the studios. Sit down with the director of Fox and just say, money.
Yep.
Let's make fucking money.
Well, it could be like the same deal Sony has with Marvel. It's like, Marvel's not going to make any money off the Spider-Man solo films. That's going right to Sony. But Marvel gets to use Spider-Man in their films, and Sony benefits by having, like, their part in the actual Marvel Cinematic Universe now.
Yeah. It makes sense that, like, for example, the reason why they haven't made a Hulk movie yet is because Universal's still owns the rights to the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, the solo films, at least.
Yeah.
And poor Namor the Submariner is stuck in development limbo at Paramount.
Yeah, which I feel so bad, because I would love to see a Namor movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least have him show up in the Avengers.
Yeah.
You could just have him, like, pop out of nowhere, just punch somebody, Imperious Rex!
Yeah.
That would be fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But
no.
Everybody wants to do their own thing. Fox wants to be a bitch.
Mm-hmm. They want to do their own universe, even though they only have one set of characters to play with. Well,
Yeah.
two.
Well, two, if you count Deadpool.
Well, I would count him as part of the X-Men, but...
And Deadpool is his own thing.
Yeah,
all know this.
True enough. But, okay, 3 then, counting Fantastic Four. But, hey, at least we are getting a good Fantastic Four sequel in the near future. It's called The Incredibles 2.
Yeah, but that belongs to Disney, too.
Yeah.
But so the rumor of him directing Age of Apocalypse 2 or the next X-Men movie, untrue.
Yeah.
At least 2 official sources at this time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But you know what's going to be true?
That Gambit is going to be a sexy thriller and a heist movie.
Yeah, a sexy thriller.
So it's going to be Magic Mike mixed with Ant-Man.
Yeah, pretty much. Probably a little bit of Ocean's 11.
Mm-hmm. Probably toss in some Fast and Furious there because that's a hot new thing.
Yep. And you know what? I'm cool with that. That fits Gambit's personality.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's just... Gambit's a cool guy.
Yep.
So he's all about that, making that money.
Mm-hmm.
About that cheddar.
Indeed. And isn't he going to show up in X-Men Apocalypse? I thought there was like rumors about that.
There's, once again, rumors.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Which is weird because X-Men Apocalypse is supposed to take place during the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I know now, Gambit is supposed to take place during modern times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, unless he's like a 5-year-old running through the mall.
Yeah. Yeah. At this rate, like, they have plans to release it on October 7th, 2016, but they've lost the director, and they said now that it might be pushed to spring of 2017, so God only knows.
And then there was that whole bullshit with Channing Tatum holding out for more money.
Yeah. Which I don't think is true. I think he wants to do this.
I think they were trying to build up some excitement for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they kind of went the wrong direction with that.
Yeah. But, I still think even if they started filming in early 2016, they could get this out by October. Look at the Deadpool. Like, how fast they made that movie.
Well, with Deadpool, they were more motivated.
Mm-hmm.
This is something they've been talking about for years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the moment it was like, Deadpool movie, boom, let's do this. They probably already had the costume put together. They already had the script put together. They're just like, boom, we're done.
Ryan Reynolds had the makeup on, just waiting.
Ryan Reynolds is the makeup. What are you talking about?
I still can't believe in 2 months we're getting a Deadpool movie. R-rated Deadpool movie.
Oh, Deadpool's going to be rated R. Suicide Squad is PG-13. You can still do a lot in PG-13. I've seen good PG-13 movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, so you can't call your movie Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be like Inglourious Bastards getting a PG-13 rating. You can't do that. But, I'm going to see it when it comes out. You know it.
Yeah, same here. It's one of those where you're really curious about it. Oh man, so let's jump back into some Netflix stuff. Like we got some Netflix news that came out. Some good, some kind of asshole-ish.
Well, let's talk about the good news first.
Right. And Iron Fist, poor Iron Fist. Like there were so many rumors going around that his Netflix series had been canceled and he was only going to get a movie.
Yeah.
However, he now has a showrunner.
Yep. And what a fucking showrunner.
Yep.
Let me... I posted the wrong link. Distract them as I copy and paste the correct link into another tab.
I think you're doing a great job. You're on your own there. Yeah, Iron Fist, man. I'm stoked for Iron Fist.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not just someone who's like, oh yeah, I could do a TV series. It's fucking Scott Buck, the producer of Dexter, the producer of 6 Feet Under.
Mm-hmm. As far as Dexter goes, he was the showrunner for the last few seasons, which people kind of had mixed opinions on. I personally enjoyed them. There was probably a little bit of slump for season 5, I think. 5 and 6, but I love 7 and 8. I thought they were great seasons, but...
Yeah, well, it's just, you gotta think, season 5 was kind of the, well, what do we do now?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
But still, 6 Feet Under, great series.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to see a Iron Fist kind of done in that way.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense.
Yeah.
And apparently he wowed the guys at Marvel Netflix enough that they were like, here. Just, here, take it. It's yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, and at this point, it's like, I trust in Marvel. I trust anybody they pick at this point. We had the director of Bring It On make Ant-Man great. Mm-hmm. The Russo brothers, who nobody had heard of, who did TV shows. Fucking,
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, they did Winter Soldier. I'm trying to think of the TV show. They did Community. They did a few episodes of Community.
Community.
And they did probably the best standalone Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
They're taking chances on directors and actors, and they're fucking showing what they're capable of.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when what's his name was cast as Falcon.
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, everyone was like, yeah, whatever. But then you see what a pivotal character he is to Captain America, and it's like, oh shit. Actually, there's a friendship here. A kinship. I believe it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's so good, their choices. So this guy's going to be good, I think. He's going to nail this job.
Yeah. And I love the fact that Netflix is going to be kind of focusing on the lower level heroes, which is going to be great because, you have the Defenders coming up, more Daredevil, more Jessica Jones, more Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and probably a spin-off Punisher series.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Because I would watch the fuck out of that. Well, it's just going to be him shooting people every week. Do you know how many fucking great villains Punisher has?
Yeah.
That they've already hinted at in the other series?
Mm-hmm. Hell, that could be where we bring Nuke back into the fold.
Exactly. And let's not forget Jigsaw.
Yep. They could do them. I love Punisher Warzone. I thought it was the best Punisher movie that they made. It was the best tone for the character. What's his name? Did a great job as Frank Castle.
Yes, he did.
But Yeah, I think they could do an even better job of Jigsaw on a TV show.
Well, they need Jigsaw. His problem is he's more of a thug.
Yeah.
He's the powerhouse. He's not this brilliant tactician.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's too stupid to die, basically.
Yeah.
So, it kind of makes sense that, they do bring him in. He's just an enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, they could put him in prison with the Kingpin.
Yep.
The Kingpin's in prison now, and so he can start... And he's going to be at that fucking Supermax that Jessica Jones was going on about. By the way, that was a stupid fucking plan. Just saying.
Yep.
But, because they hinted Supermax. That's where the bad ones go, the top shelf perverts.
Yep.
So it makes sense that he would be there. It makes sense that, like, Barracuda would be there. That was another big Punisher villain.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking the Whiteout.
Yep.
Guys like that, that have powers, but they're not, oh my god, I can rule the city powers. Like, I could be a good criminal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Make life a living hell for people.
Exactly. And it's just, I'm so excited about it. But I can tell you someone who's not excited about Daredevil Season 2.
Oh, yeah, and who is that?
Frank Miller.
Fuck you, Frank Miller.
Fuck you. Oh, I really respect my former mentor, the creator of The Spirit. So I'm going to make a movie of The Spirit of the way he wanted it to be made. Fuck you, Frank Miller. Apparently Frank Miller is all, well, yeah, Elektra's going to be in Season 2, but it's not going to be my Elektra.
Mm-hmm.
You mean she's going to have a personality? You mean she's actually going to be a capable woman, not some horny as hell, crazy assassin who wears high heels for no fucking reason? Yeah, he's all pissy.
Yeah.
And I don't give a rat's ass.
It's like, yeah, so you really enjoyed her in the Daredevil movie, did you? Did you enjoy the Elektra movie they did, Frank Miller?
It's just, fuck Frank Miller. And I hate to say this, but fuck Alan Moore, too. Seriously, these guys are so fucking out of touch. I fell out of love. I used to love Frank Miller's stuff until I read Holy Terror, which is one of the most racist comic books that I have ever read.
Wow.
Basically, it was a 9/11 revenge fantasy story that he came up with, originally involving Batman and Catwoman, where he captures jihadists and tortures them and then kills them.
Jesus.
To get information. And, like, there is a guy I like to watch, Linkara. He does comic book reviews. He reviewed the book. It took him 3 episodes to do it.
Wow.
He had the whole paperback novel, trade paperback.
Yeah.
So he did the whole thing, and he burned the book afterwards.
Wow.
This book was ignorant, it was racist, it was insensitive to Muslim Americans. Basically, it was Donald Trump, the comic book.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was that fucking bad. So fuck Frank Miller. Fuck the new Dark Knight series. Fucking Dark Knight, the master race. Get over your fucking self. And now he's doing... And there's already plans for Dark Knight 4.
Oh, God. I mean, I picked up the first issue. I haven't read it yet. I do want to see where it goes, but yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just... He's out of touch. He's trapped. He's been surrounded by yes men for far too long. And he just needs to give it up.
Yep.
It's sad because someone actually, when I was trying to be a comic book artist back in the 90s, he was one of the guys I looked up to because his writing was pretty solid with Sin City and the first and second Dark Knight installments.
Yep.
And just to see what he's become.
Yeah. that just, sure, you did a great maybe arc on this certain character, but don't claim it as that being the definitive one. Let people be the judge of that. Like, other people have used that character in so many good ways.
Like, right now, apparently Punisher and Elektra are a couple.
Yeah, that happened in the Thunderbolt series.
Which makes the most sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
That made perfect sense. It's like, oh yeah, I could see these two kind of forming a bond.
Mm-hmm.
They have the similar revenge thing going on, but they have the same level of training. It's just they can bond easier over it.
Yep.
But
yeah. Oh, well, let's get back into something more joyful, something more good. And that's Spider-Man came out that 2017 Spider-Man is not the Dark Knight. Thank fucking God. We don't need that again. And will be the biggest independent film ever. Confirming director John Watts' comments about the upcoming Spider-Man reboot having a John Hughes vibe. The guy who did, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Which I would love to see replaced with Spider-Man.
Yep, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Tom Holland confirmed that, and in this article from comicbookmovie.com, he actually talks about how he learned about his casting as Spider-Man. He learned the same time everybody else did. Quoting him here, he was like, he was in the midst of having a pretty terrible day and was on his way home, casually scrolling through Instagram when he saw Marvel's account had posted a photo of the iconic wallcrawler. And he says, I saw Marvel had posted a photo of Spider-Man with the message, "We have cast a new Spider-Man. Go to our website to see who it is." Being a finalist for the part made the 19-year-old actor all the more nervous as he gingerly made his way to the Marvel website, clicked the link, and learned about the life-altering news. Can you imagine that? Just like going online, it's like, oh, they casted Spider-Man. I was in the running for that. I wonder who got it.
Yeah.
Clicking onto it and learning that it's you. Learning that you're now a part of this massive cinematic universe.
Massive.
That you're Spider-Man, arguably the most known hero alongside of Batman and Superman.
Exactly, yeah. And just to find out with everyone else.
Yeah. He said, like, I learned about it online with everybody else, and I just went bananas.
That's gotta be nuts.
Yeah. He confirmed it with his agents and everything, and then he got, like, a phone call from Kevin Feige, who, like, said, yeah, I want you to know we've cast you as Spider-Man. And he replied back, I know, I already saw it online.
He showed up with a box of donuts. Money! That's going to be a running gag now. It's going to be a running gag with me now.
Yep. He said, like, it was just awesome, and in this article, he talks about, like, his interview process for the gig and how he did a little bit with, like, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans. In his second test with Chris Evans, it may have been the more fruitful one, as he decided to showcase a few of his skills near the end and more or less had a mic drop moment when all was said and done. Just quoting Tom Holland here, we had to do a movement test, and then I said, can I demonstrate some of the things that I can do? And they were all a little unsure of what I was talking about. And then I did a series of backflips and landed on the X, and I was like, thank you, and then just left.
That's awesome.
Just like hearing that, I'm like, this kid may be the best Spider-Man we get. I mean, Andrew Garfield was an awesome Spider-Man, in my opinion.
Yes.
He was perfect.
Tobey Maguire was the perfect Peter Parker.
Yep. But, yeah, I'm enjoying this, and like, he doesn't go on to say about shooting Civil War, like, it made him so excited to start shooting Spider-Man. And he says, and I've got to wait so long until we start shooting, but it's soon, it's close, and I'm ready. Just going through here about the first thing we mentioned about The Dark Knight. Is it John Hughes, Spider-Man? Oh, John Watts. He elaborated on what John Watts said about the upcoming Spider-Man movie being like a John Hughes-inspired version of Spider-Man, saying that it's not The Dark Knight. One of those special things about what we're going to try and create is that you're going to see the biggest independent film ever. It's not going to be an epic thing. It's going to be a film surrounded by these incredible things, but follows this boy and his life. Peter Parker is a favorite of many because everyone can relate to him.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to try and make everyone relate to our Peter Parker. And John Hughes is a perfect example of what we're going to try and do.
I hope if they do this like I think they're going to do, if he stops and looks at the camera and does a quick monologue, that would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I will squee like a little schoolgirl and shake my fists in the air happily. I mean, just think about it. He's up on the wall, walking down, and then he stops, looks at the guy. Do you know what it's like being your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? It's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Or a better example would be like Saved by the Bell. You know? That would be cool. I mean, yeah, it's kind of going into the Deadpool area. But, come on, Spider-Man has always had a mouth on him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, he's always talking mad smack or kind of sometimes making fourth wall breaking comments.
Mm-hmm. He's a character who's usually terrified, so he has to make jokes to make himself feel better.
To make himself look stronger.
Yeah. So yeah, if they're going with this approach, I'm all for it. I'm excited. I think it's in good hands. And yeah, hopefully they do well. They have a good villain, Mysterio. Make it Mysterio. Cast Bruce Campbell.
Oh, God. Yes. With the goldfish bull head and everything.
Yeah. Oh, everything. They need to go all out.
Just classic Mysterio.
Yep.
I mean, they could change the costume a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the bull head, that's iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. This whole shared universe thing is getting crazy.
Oh, it is. Yep. And, well, it'll probably be like a year and a half. Yeah, it is a year and a half till we get this Spider-Man movie, but it's only a year and a half.
Yeah, but we're going to see him in Captain America. Yeah. Which is not that far away.
Nope. 5 months.
5 months. We can do it. We can do it. But to hold us over till then, we have other shared universes we can explore.
Indeed.
Such as the Universal Pictures Monsters shared universe.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a stretch, I'll admit, but...
A little bit. Yeah, this one. I'm still very, very curious on how this is going to go.
Yeah, it's like... On paper, it sounds like a good idea, but if you look at it,
mm-hmm.
It's like, well, how are they going to tie all this shit together?
Yep. I still think, Dracula Untold should have been the start of this, and at the end of the movie, he should have just looked to his left and said, "Thank you, Invisible Man, for being by my side all this time." that would have been perfect. Tied everything together. Sold. Yeah.
But no, they didn't do that.
No.
But the good news is now they actually have a couple of screenwriters to start helming the project.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a set era. It's going to start taking place in the modern era.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to start off with The Mummy.
Ooh. And apparently they've been getting some, casting for this, which could be really high up.
Yeah, I mean, the writers are pretty decent. Alex Kurtzman from Transformers series, Chris Morgan from the Fast and the Furious 7
mm-hmm.
movies. Yeah, they're senseless action movies, but they weren't bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like Transformers. Take away the Michael Bay bullshit. Not a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
Furious 7, people saying that was like one of the best ones ever since the original.
Yep.
You know, but like you were saying, the casting. Let me scroll down here. I don't see casting.
Okay, well, there was one actor being rumored for this Mummy reboot.
Yes, the Mummy.
Tom Cruise.
Ooh.
Like,
Ooh.
if they got him onto it, I mean, yes, he's a crazy nut job, but he makes some damn good movies.
Say what you will about Tom Cruise. He's a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
As crazy, like you said, as crazy as he is, the fucker can act.
Yep.
And plus now with the setting, you know, this shared universe is actually going to take place in the modern era.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly creatures like Frankenstein's monster,
Mm-hmm.
the Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera, they don't seem so far-fetched anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, still want to see how they're going to do Dracula. I want to see how they're going to do the Wolfman.
Mm-hmm.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
That's going to be weird. Like, how are they just going to go total crazy fish monster or sensitive creature that just wants to be left alone? You know, what? It's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all grew up on these movies.
Yep.
You know, we've all seen a Dracula movie. We've all seen a Frankenstein movie. We've all seen the god-awful Invisible Man movie. Ha ha! I'm just going to take off my clothes. You can't find me. You know, that I never understood. It's like, okay, he's invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And?
Yeah.
You know.
But like you said, there is potential there, especially out of the writers that are on for this, Robert Kirkman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I mean, what Bay did to the film has nothing to do with the writer.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of things people forget. It's like, oh, he wrote this movie. This movie was horrible. But
a lot has to do with the director as well.
During the studio. For example, the new, apparently the new Frankenstein and Igor movie, Igor.
Mm-hmm.
The writer of that movie was the writer of Chronicle,
mm-hmm.
who was the son of the director of the Home Alone movies.
Yeah.
Who's also best friends with Macaulay Culkin.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird. But anyway, like apparently the script he wrote for the movie is way different than the movie that got released.
Mm-hmm.
Because they made changes.
Yeah.
Now, whose fault is that? Is that the studio's fault or the writer? Studio, obviously.
Yep. Oh, yes.
Like, apparently there's this one scene that they took out where Frankenstein and Igor are just drunk.
Oh, Jesus.
Talking about how they're going to put the monster together. And apparently they're making jokes about giant bosoms. And how they'll need saddles to ride the giant bosoms into battle. Which I would love to see that. Fucking Harry Potter and Professor Xavier getting drunk. But, you know, it's shit like that. So these guys are competent writers. I'm on the fence with this one. Because I've seen so many Frankenstein movies. I've seen so many Dracula movies. So many werewolf movies. So many fucking mummy movies. You know, I'm just like, whatever, guys.
Yeah.
Don't...
you know what some other types of movies we've seen a lot of?
What's that?
Alien movies.
Yeah, that's... Good one. Good one.
And this kind of annoyed me a little bit because I was so stoked when the guy who did District 9 was like attached to the new Alien movie. Like he was going to do Alien 5 and he was going to bring back like a bunch of characters. He was going to retcon 3 and 4.
Yeah, which needed it.
Yeah. Which, I'll be honest, I haven't seen. I've only seen parts of the originals. But I love that director, and I probably would have seen his Alien movie. So, yeah.
Would have seen it.
Yeah. So I was excited for that, but yeah, that kind of got canned. And Ridley Scott is going to be coming back, and he's making a prequel to Prometheus. And remember when Prometheus was coming out, and he was like, "It's not a prequel to Alien, no relation to Alien whatsoever," and it was a prequel to Alien.
No.
And...
Just because it had the same aliens and the space jockey and the spaceship and the simulants
and the company and
company and yeah, okay, it was
but now we have our sequel to Prometheus, and it's called Alien: Paradise Lost. Something just tells me Ridley Scott lost the bet and just had to call it Alien.
Probably. Did you ever hear the story of how he pitched the Alien sequel?
No.
True story. He walked into a just about a year before production started. He walked into a board meeting, had a a giant whiteboard, and he wrote Alien on there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, yeah, that was a very good movie. Then he put an S at the end. And then he turned the S into a $sign.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sad to say, it kind of makes sense, though. But hey, that one was actually good, right?
Yeah, that was one of the best ones. Even though the aliens got hell stupid in it, but hey.
But hey, who knows? Maybe Ridley Scott is actually learning. I mean, The Martian from this year is one of my favorite movies of the year. That was excellent.
Yeah, I still got to sit down and watch that.
So maybe this will turn out to be good. They got Michael Fassbender back.
Yay! Sorry.
But yeah, as of... well, the movie apparently is opening October 6th, 2017. And the official plot synopsis and title treatment for the film is this. Ridley Scott returns to the universe he created in Alien with Alien Covenant, in which, well, we know now has been named Alien Paradise Lost. Oh, no, wait, sorry. Paradise Lost was the first one. It is officially called Alien Covenant.
Yes.
My bad. The second chapter in a prequel trilogy that began with Prometheus and connects directly to Scott's 1979 seminal work of science fiction. Bound for a remote planet on the far side of the galaxy, the crew of the colony ship Covenant, wink wink, discovers what they think is an uncharted paradise, but is actually a dark, dangerous world, whose sole inhabitant is the synthetic David, Michael Fassbender, survivor of the doomed Prometheus expedition. Dun dun dun.
So it's a filler episode.
Yeah.
Pretty much, this is what happened between Alien 1 and Aliens.
Mm-hmm. But we're getting another prequel in between, Alien, before we can get Alien 5. And somewhere along the line, I thought he was saying that he had, 2 more prequels in mind. Where it's like, dear Lord, man, you're in your 70s.
You're not going to live long enough.
You're getting into George R.R. Martin territory at this point.
Right? I mean, hell, even Stanley Kubrick was like, yeah, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
No, I'm not making movies anymore. I'm too old.
Oh, wait, my bad. Ridley Scott is not only in his 70s. He's 78 years old.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And he's planning on releasing 3 more Alien prequels before we get,
a sequel.
Yeah.
I think I just had a stroke. Man, no.
Just take a step back. Let somebody, who had hope and inspiration to dive into it actually make one.
I mean, there's so many people that want to make a good sequel.
Mm-hmm.
But studios are like, no, that's not what the board wants. They want a prequel.
God damn it.
Hollywood would be so much better without fucking committees.
Oh, yes. Very, 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 very much so. Alright, well, we got one more news item on the list here, and that's, Idris Elba is apparently the front runner to play Roland Deschain in the Dark Tower movie.
Ooh.
Now, I have not read the Dark Tower series.
I've
heard you have, and I have heard many, many great things about it. And apparently, that dude is an utter and complete badass.
Yeah, he is. The best way I could think of to describe it so that, people who haven't read the series can identify with it is you're familiar with Bloodborne, right?
Yep.
Of
course, I've played it. It's
of course.
Probably going to be up on my Game of the Year list.
Now, imagine a world similar to that where crazy supernatural shit still happens, but it's in a future version of the Wild West.
Okay.
Like, every once in a while, he'll come across, like, a robot or a fucking cyborg thing, and...
Okay, I gotcha.
But there's also that strong mystical side to it. I mean, I really can't get into too much because it would actually kind of ruin some of the story plots.
Fair enough.
But I've been waiting for this since I was in, like, junior high school. So over 30 years, I've been waiting for this.
And apparently they've got another actor to play the Man in Black.
Who?
All right.
Yes. Yes. Dear God, yes.
And if you guys don't know who I just ended at, it's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, because if he plays the Man in Black like he played Russ from the first season of True Detective, it's going to be a fucking stellar performance. Just, oh my God. Just, please don't fuck this up.
Yep.
And it's supposed to be released January 3rd. Oh, not that far. Little over a year. Ooh.
Yeah, this would be really cool. I mean, you get oh my God, Elba to do the lead role. I mean, as we spoke about before, him in anything sold.
Yes.
Like,
unless it's another Ghost Rider sequel.
Well, if it was a Ghost Rider sequel just starring him. Like, no Ghost Rider to be seen, just his character.
Yeah, okay.
But don't forget, Marvel has Ghost Rider back now, so.
Hopefully they'll fix it. Marvel can fix anything.
Yep.
So, here we are, 2.5 hours later.
Yeah, roughly. We did start a little bit after that, but, yeah. My God, like, it felt so good to get this news out, you know what I mean?
Didn't it?
Oh, and, I just checked comicbookmovie.com, and apparently another trailer, a first trailer for something will be arriving within the week. And that is the trailer for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh, the new Harry Potter story.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I've never really been into the Harry Potter series, but, I do kind of respect it. So that should be pretty interesting to check out.
Yep.
Maybe it might give us an opportunity to get back together next week.
Oh, maybe.
If schedules permit.
Indeed.
Honestly, folks, that's what's been kind of fucking us up the most.
Yep. And when me and Izzy get together, like when we manage to get together to record our stuff, we're more in tune to the gaming. Me and James, we know how to dive more into the movies and stuff.
Yeah, movies, TV. It's all about that.
Yeah. Essentially, we can just like ramble on about Marvel for 2 hours, easy enough.
Very easy enough. Some people call it a curse. We call it a blessing.
It's a gift. So yeah, I'm pretty much sure that's going to wrap it up for this week. I don't see any other late breaking news. I mean, the Apocalypse trailer, as we mentioned earlier, is probably dropped by this point. So if I don't get this episode up by tonight...
Yeah.
But yeah.
So maybe there might be a little bit extra at the end of this. Maybe.
Yeah, highly unlikely.
Highly. Oh, well, okay. Maybe an annotation.
Go watch the trailer.
Yeah. Or wait, Google, fucking YouTube doesn't do external links anymore in annotations. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's horrible. But I do believe that's going to do a wrap on this episode, and I'm quickly checking back for the previous episode, which was Godzilla vs. King Kong, where me and Izzy talked about that. How was your thoughts on that, James?
I actually remember watching the original Godzilla vs. King Kong with my dad. You know,
Mm-hmm.
That brought such a smile to my face because I would love to see a good. Because, you know, special effects are going to be awesome. We know this.
Yeah.
Legacy, they make good movies.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really complain about that too much. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Cool. So I do believe that's going to wrap it up for this podcast. That'll be our question for this week. I just asked you, since we have no other questions and comments to talk about. But please leave some down in the comments section below.
Yes, please do.
So, James, you haven't done this for a while. Like 2 months ago, your last time doing this. Why don't you take us away?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sitting through this episode of Static Screen. We appreciate you listening to us ramble on like a bunch of fucking nerds that we are. So until next time, I've been your co-host, ECW James. He's been...
The Lord X.
And catch you later. Peace.
See ya.
We outie, bitches.
It's tricky.
It's tricky, rock around to rock 'em. Then flag us. Don't flag us.